Hello everyone, Super Cameraman here, and starting today, I'm becoming the executive producer of Skibidi Toilet, and this means that at the moment everything is going well, views are growing every day. Here, for example, are recent statistics. This is how it was before and after. You'll say, but there are fewer subscribers here, and I'll tell you that this was planned from the beginning, and everything is going according to our plan. We created a reverse version of subscribers and called it negative growth. That is, you see unsubscribes. But in reality, this is a reversed version of channel subscriptions. Well then, in this video, I'll tell you why Skibidi Toilet Emergence is the best episode. We also decided to slightly change the characters and past episodes. We think the characters should become the best version of themselves, so we've changed almost everything completely. Like Rocket? Subscribe to the Stars channel, and let's get started. I want to say right away that everything is fine with Alexei, that is with Defuk. He's also an executive producer and is currently making new episodes. Iron Cameraman, Plunger, and others have also become executive producers, and this is just the beginning. As I already said, Alexei is happy. He's very happy. He's so happy that initially he was supposed to give an interview to journalist Steven, but since he's very happy, he decided to cancel this interview so that this interview wouldn't ruin his happiness. Well then, let's start with why Emergence is the best episode in Skibidi Toilet and why it's better than episode 78. Let's begin a detailed analysis. Defuk Boom Presents is written in green, which is a hidden reference to the secret agent. We are shown previous episodes with the same green color, indicating the influence of the secret agent. The fighting stance of the Titans animation is made almost exactly the same. In the second scene with the remake, we see a fragment from episode 50, namely from this part. Here, exact copies of the Skibidi toilets were selected, and even their animation was done exactly as in the original. For example, this toilet repeated all the actions from episode 50. In general, the animators even recreated the toilets that were behind this fence, and I mean this toilet. In the original, there were 8 toilets, and in the remake, there are exactly the same number. In the third reworked scene from episode 69, a speaker man with spikes on his bat was shown, who was with us in the original in this very scene. The appearance of the Astro toilet was as destructive as in the original. In the remake, the lighting of the destruction was better, as everything was clearer. In the same scene, we are shown the ending of episode 77, where the emphasis was on the Titan's core. Unlike in the original, we can clearly see that there is a core capture device on the Titan, whereas in the original, the device was very blurry. For the first time, we hear from the narrator of the backstory that the Alliance managed to prevent what could have destroyed everything, a detail we did not know about. Next, we are told details about episode 47 for the first time. From the fragment, it becomes clear that in this episode, the action took place from the perspective of the lucky cameraman. Then, when he was discovered, he was destroyed. But soon a secret agent appears and takes an important detail from the cameraman. Next, we learn that the secret agent sends signals across the Earth. After that, we learn that the secret agent's key is not just a hack of the system, but something more that will reveal his grand creation. Here we learn that the secret agent gives the cameraman the name Lucky, a very epic and cinematic moment with Astro toilets. The soundtrack, monologue, and shots with the agents make this scene worthy. At the end, the narrator hopes for the cameraman's luck and hints that a lot depends on him. The cinematic intro gives off a positive vibe. For the first time, the series is shown on a modern engine, and the destruction textures look detailed. The fire is realistically reflected on the Astro toilet's hull. The shadows from the light are made very realistically. The Astro toilets, led by the Hunter, also study the secret agent and try to figure out who he is. TV men said it was time for him to leave, which was a reference to episode 43, when we first saw the TV men retreat in times of danger. The Astro toilet has red eyes, just like in the original, and perfect supergalactic white teeth. If you look closely, the cameraman's hand gradually becomes greener and greener. This is what the hand looked like in the first frame. And here's what it looks like now. Here, he is already under the complete control of the secret agent. With the help of the secret agent's energy, the cameraman manages to destroy the huge Astro toilet with one shot. Detail on the monitor with authorization. In the end, we are shown the full power of the cameraman, which can be said to be a small revelation of his ability. An abandoned laboratory that has come under the control of a secret agent, as we can tell from the green element. Here we see a board with an encrypted message. If we translate it, we get the text, "Jeffrey knows too much." There is one character in the series with that name, and it is this TV guy. So far, this scene has not been studied 100%, so there may be other encryptions here. If you find something, please write in the comments. Next, the secret agent says that the key has merged with the cameraman, which confirms the monologue at the beginning when the narrator said that the master key is the lucky cameraman. And in the end, we see what is needed to stop the war. The union of three energies, the cameraman, the speakers, and the lucky cameraman will be the spark. The hunter, having learned everything about the plan, takes the lucky cameraman prisoner. The episode ends epically. The last plus is for the 3D Skibidi toilet logo. Those were perhaps all the pluses of this episode. At least I didn't find any more. Maybe I missed something? If so, write in the comments. In his message, DeFuck also wrote that the Invisibles created franchises such as Transformers, so they are worth trusting. DeFuck wrote in a message that he will animate special episodes. Most likely, this refers to episodes that are important to the plot. As we know, Dafuk Boom has a list of the best episodes, and most likely this is what he is referring to. And this is only what I could notice. I'm sure that if I were a larger executive producer, I could find at least 100 pluses. But okay, now let's move on to what we want to see in the future of Skibidi Toilet. As you can see, we changed the cameraman's face. This is their natural look. This is their best version of themselves, and they should all work for Dafuk, that is, for the secret agent. He now has a scheme instead of a green folder showing what chins should look like. The secret agent has a global plan. Everyone should look like a Giga Chad, that is, the best version of themselves. Remember the third part of episode 70, when the skibidi scientist destroyed Dark Speaker Man and wanted to escape? Well, we thought it would be better if Plunger Man gave the secret agent's plan to the skibidi scientist. Then they would become friends. The skibidi scientist would have plastic surgery and become a Giga Chad scientist. Remember episode 60, when Astro Duchess whispered something to G-Man? Well, we're completely changing this episode. We'll give G-Man surgery, plastic surgery. Here's the real G-Man. And just look, Astro Toilet simply explode from his beauty. You get it? And that's not all. These cameramen also become Giga Chads. Also, when the Titan cameraman shows a thumbs up and then a thumbs down, well, he doesn't like that this cameraman is dying here. You know why the Titan didn't like it? Because the cameraman was a Giga Chad. As soon as he became a Giga Chad, he was able to get out, and TV Woman immediately fell in love with him, okay? Let's take an ordinary Skibidi toilet. Look at him. He's no different from other toilets. And look at G-Man. He's just a level 100 Giga Chad. Actually, he's a surgeon. And look how professionally he'll do the plastic surgery. He shows him the project. The Skibidi toilet, of course, agrees. Well, because who wouldn't agree? And after this, he becomes a Giga Skibidi toilet. And remember the DJ Skibidi toilet in episode 70. The Astro toilet tore him into 2 pieces. He couldn't do it because he was also a Giga Chad toilet. Okay, I think that's enough. Well then, folks, it was a super cameraman with you. See you very soon. Good luck to everyone, and bye, everyone.